Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another overview, a world overview for my MSR Save version 1.0, which was released in January. I'm going through world by world to give you guys a little bit of an overview of the families, the lots, and everything else in between. So the very first thing that I want to look at in Myshuno, because that is the next world we will be reviewing, are the original lots. Now, you guys know that there are tons of apartment units within Myshuno. There are still a handful of apartments that are EA originals. So I haven't renovated every single apartment unit yet, but that is definitely going to be part of the plan for a future release. In Myshuno, there are only apartments and community lots. Now, you could of course change any of these community lots into residential lots if you wanted to. Actually, now that I look at it, there is one residential lot. But I did not make any specific starter homes in the city of Myshuno. Instead, what I decided to do was take a few of the apartment units, such as 19 Culpeper House, and turn it into a starter-friendly apartment. Therefore, there are the basics that you would find in any starter home, but of course these are going to be far more affordable for your Sims because you will be putting down the deposit, potentially purchasing the furnishings if that's something that you wanted, and your weekly rent is typically a little bit lower than what your bills would look like in a starter home. There are 2 starter apartments in Myshuno, and hopefully I will have a few more in the next version, but this is another one for you as well, which is 131021 Sheik Street. There are 8 original townies that came with City Living, i.e. in Myshuno, and just like all of the other worlds, I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but all townies have been given makeovers. So you will recognize a lot of these Sims, but they have been made over just a little bit more so in my style, and because I wanted to incorporate other packs in the ways in which they looked. I added 5 original families to the world of Myshuno. So what we're going to do, now that I've kind of laid the groundwork, is we're going to go check out some of those starter apartments and check out a few of the original families that I have added. Also want to note that none of the community lots have been renovated as of yet. I have big plans for Myshuno Meadows, just letting you all know, but that is definitely something that will be coming in future versions as well. This is 19 Culpeper House, which is one of the starter apartments that I decided to create for the very first version of my save file. As you can see, all of the necessary appliances are here in the kitchen and in the bathroom, so there's at least one full bathroom. However, this is a needs TLC apartment, so I didn't want to cover up any of the necessary items that your Sims would have to access to fix if they were to break, but I did situate a floor plan, and this looks like I was thinking about a 2-bedroom and maybe a 2 full bathroom. This is of course the kitchen and potential dining area and a living space. What I love about this apartment is the balcony here that you can actually edit and change. If you guys didn't know this, actually, let me show you. If for any reason you didn't know this already, you can actually change the shape of this balcony, which is really, really nice. It's one of the few units that has a balcony, and I love the flexibility to be able to change that. But this one comes out at a little over 18,000 simoleons, the entire lot value. Now, as a reminder, your Sims are putting down a deposit. They are potentially paying, recall, about 12,000 simoleons roughly for all of the furnishings that I've added here, which makes this a great place to start out. Now, this does have the needs TLC lot trait that I cannot remove, but I did add gnomes because I thought this might kind of help you guys out a little bit. Gnomes. Broken things just seem to get mended overnight. It's as if kindly gnomes watch over the place. I'm hoping that this lot trait will kind of balance out the needs TLC lot trait. It's also homey, so your Sims will quickly master the domestic arts of cooking, mixology, handiness, and gardening, which I thought was appropriate considering that they do have this little balcony. So I wanted to kind of balance out the challenge, but also give you guys a really roomy apartment to start off with if that's what you wanted to do. This is the second starter apartment in San Myshuno. It is at 131021 Chic Street. And this is actually a stripped back version of a boho apartment renovation that I did a couple of months ago. I will link it in the top right hand side of the screen if you want to check it out. But this comes in at around 14,000 simoleons roughly for the entire lot value. Again, a great way to kind of start things out in the city and have your Sims have some spare simoleons. It can get expensive living in the city. It's expensive living anywhere. So having a few thousand simoleons to play around with seems like a really nice luxury. Now, this does have the lot trait of lively neighbors, which you cannot remove. So your Sims may be woken up quite frequently by their neighbors being very, very loud. It's kind of unfortunate. However, you do have sunny aspect, which is resulting in Sims getting more energized, happy, or inspired. And I also added the fast internet lot trait, so your Sims will improve programming, video gaming, or writing skills a little bit faster than they normally would. But this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Now this is the kitchen / dining, maybe the living room over here. You can of course change anything that you would like, but I thought it was a nice setup, especially for a 2-bedroom. Just gives you a little bit more room to play around with, and in comparison to the other starter, this one's a lot smaller, but they have the same number of bedrooms, which is kind of great. Now that I've showed you guys some of the starter apartments, I wanted to dive into some of the original households that I added to San Myshuno. So I think we're gonna start off with the Mosley household. And here we are with the Mosley household, which consists of Aspen Mosley and her 2 little sprouts. Yes, I did that intentionally because as you can see, she's a bit of a plant mom. Her 2 little sprouts are Fern and Flora. So to tell you a little bit about our family here, let's see. What can I tell you about them? Aspen, I think she's originally from Henford-on-Bagley, and she moved to the big city with her 2 little babies here to kind of see what the city could have in store for her. She was a country girl, and right now she is a field assistant, so she's in the conservationist career. She hopes to kind of go into the gardening career or open her own greenhouse or something at some point. But that dream might be a little far off since she really is just starting off in an apartment. She kind of has to see what it has in store for her. But as you can see, this apartment is, in my opinion, very nicely furnished. We definitely didn't skimp here. This was actually an apartment renovation I did when the Blooming Rooms kit came out. So I will link that in the top right hand side of the screen for you if you want to check it out. And then these are her 2 little nuggets. This is Fern. He's very, very cute. And then over here, you can just see her little face, is Flora. As you can see, they are both toddlers. I wasn't thinking that they were twins. Maybe they're like 13 months apart. So maybe Flora is nearing 3 and Fern is about 2. But they share this cute little bedroom over here. This is Mom's room. And then there are 2 bathrooms, which I thought was really nice considering there had to be some toddler potties in here. But you could, of course, have any family in here that you would like, and you can change one of these bathrooms into an additional bedroom if you needed it. But we have no idea what Aspen's future holds. She does want to, like I said, own her own business one day, but she's got to get on her feet in the city first. And considering she's only at level 2 of the conservationist career, she's really just starting fresh. But hopefully life in the city treats her and her little babies very well. Our man here is looking a little bit shocked. Don't really know what's doing it, but all right. I want to introduce you all to the Zavala Stovall family. Now, I have difficulty pronouncing the last name, so please correct me if I am wrong here. But I want to introduce you to them because they are a bit of a blended family, and it was really important to me to highlight different family dynamics in my save file. I wanted to make things very diverse. So first we have Sloan. Now, Sloan is a utilities assistant, and she previously had her daughter Chantal with Chantal's dad. Now, that means that Terrence here is actually Chantal's stepdad, and they are infatuated with one another. They are a very cohesive family unit. You know, Sloan always thought it was just going to be her and Chantal, but then Terrence stepped up and he is dad. That is what he is. And they're kind of thinking about expanding their family, but the first thing that they kind of want to do is they want to make sure that Terrence is going to be passing the bar exam. He is in the law career. He is at level 4. He is a paralegal right now. He does have to pass the bar exam to be able to move forward in his career. So that is really the next step for him. Whereas Sloan is a civic planner. She also does very, very well. And Chantal here, okay. Like, first off, I think she's the most curious, cute little button I ever did see. She's not the best student at the moment, but I think her goal is to be very, very good in school. In fact, she has the whiz kid aspiration, but she is a bit of a loner, so she does like to kind of just do things on her own. She doesn't have too many friends in school, but it's not from a lack of... What am I trying to say? It's not from a lack of people trying. I think she just enjoys being by herself. But this is a apartment that I did a speed build for as well. This was an airy family apartment, if my memory is serving me correctly. Got the kitchen and dining over here, a big bathroom and laundry space. There's also, of course, mom and dad's room with a walk-in closet, which I thought was nice. Another full bathroom, the living room, and then this is Chantal's room. Also, I happened to notice poor Salim here. That's Salim, by the way. I gave him a makeover, of course. He looks very, very, very sad. Don't know what that's about. I guess I'd be sad too if I had to take out the trash. But I love this family. I wanted them to just be a little bit different, have a different dynamic from a lot of the families I typically make. And I just can't wait to see what the future has in store for them too. I have tried, with all of the households that I have made, I have tried to ensure that there is kind of a starting off point for their stories and leaving it up to you all. So you guys get to decide everyone's future. Yes, these are the main highlight. These two right here are the main highlight of this family. Just putting that out there. We'll continue on. Okay, everybody, I want to introduce you to the Liu family. I am obsessed with them and their apartment. I'll jump into the family tree to show you guys. So Chloe here is married to Jai. Now, if the pronunciation is off again, please let me know. I had a friend growing up. His name was Jun. He was Japanese and it was Jun. So I always pronounce the J when I see a name like this, but please tell me if I am incorrect. But they are married and they have two little girls. I believe they are twins. They have Anna and Josie. They're just so cute. But they also have two little fur baby friends. They have Opie, and then they also have Queen Cupcake, which I'm sure you guys have already guessed was named by their daughters, because that is definitely a kid name to give a pet. But Jai here, he's a little bit of, I'm not going to call him a pushover, but he definitely aims to appease his wife's needs and what she wants with, especially their home, like the decor style. This is not his favorite style at all, but his wife basically designed their entire giant luxury apartment and he just gets to live in it. Like, good on him. But he is in the journalist career. He's actually pretty high up in that career, level 6. And then Chloe here is an administrator. She's getting so close to being the dean of admissions. She makes pretty darn good money too. I'm kind of impressed. And then we also have Anna, grade C student. I think there's been a little bit of a glitch with my save as I'm reviewing it because I did set the grade levels for the kids, but I might have to do it over. Anyway, Anna is a dog lover, so she is the one that is absolutely obsessed with Opie and Queen Cupcake. I feel like she had more influence in naming Queen Cupcake than even Josie did, but Josie is a bookworm, so she just really, really enjoys reading. That's how she spends most of her time. So this is their shared room. I like kind of the darker color scheme I went for in here. This is mom and dad's room, and even though Chloe is in the administrator career, like the education career, they do have a recording studio in their apartment because one of her passions is music, and she basically told Jai, she was like, I need a recording studio in the apartment because if I want to ever try to produce anything on my own, I need the space and I can't always rent it out. So they literally built one in their giant luxury apartment, which again, I have a speed build for, and I will link in the top right hand side of the screen for you so you guys can check it out. But they have this huge kitchen, huge dining space, and there's really just a lot of hallway going on here, but it was probably one of my favorite apartments, mainly because it's just so freaking big. Also want to say hi to Bako over here. Yes, this is Bako Jang, and he has had a makeover. He looks fantastic. Well, when you can see him, he looks fantastic, especially his hair. Next up, we have Penny Pizzazz. Now, Penny has moved into a different apartment, and she actually has a roommate named Harmony. So if you guys didn't know, Penny Pizzazz is a townie that came with City Living in San Myshuno. But I didn't see her as kind of like this lone wolf. I saw her as having a partner, and Harmony is not a romantic partner. They were roommates in college, and Harmony's originally from Sulani, and she decided to move to the big city with Penny, and Penny is basically her mentor. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it. They do have different careers, but they're very much so related. Penny is an internet personality. She is getting pretty famous, actually, if we're going to break it down. She's level 8. And then Harmony's just starting off in the style influencer career, which, again, I think Penny is really going to be helping her out with that one. But this is their apartment. Again, I have a speed build for this. I think I can only link up to like 5 videos in a video. So if I can, I will link it in the top right hand side of the screen for you. But it's kind of a cramped little 2-bedroom. We've got Harmony's room right here, and then we also have Penny's room over there. They have one single bathroom that they share, and then they have this really, I think, cute dining living space, as well as their little tiny kitchen. Now, I'm not going to go into the lot traits. I realized I wasn't doing that for the households that I've already made, but this is a needs TLC apartment. I think there are a few things that are covered up because as I'm kind of like building things, sometimes I get a little bit carried away. However, I believe I gave the lot trait of the gnome, so hopefully things get fixed for you without you having to do too much. But yeah, these two are just adventuring in the city together, trying to figure out who they are, maybe find love. I don't know. I will leave that up to you. One of the last families that I'm going to be introducing you all to is the Aranda family. Now, again, a different family dynamic here. It's not necessarily a happy one, but there is hope on the horizon for this family. So it consists of Hope. Yes, that's why I emphasize the word Hope. Hope, who is a child, and Raina here is actually her older sister. So their parents passed away. I don't know if it was an accident or what, but Raina stepped up and decided to raise her younger sister Hope instead of putting her into foster care or anything like that. Though their lives may not be entirely stable, they really lucked out with this really nice apartment in Myshuno that gave them plenty of space to kind of have their own space and also grow. And I don't know, just Raina wanted to be able to nurture her sister in a very productive way. So Raina here is actually in university. She is trying to balance university, I believe a part-time job in the mornings, and she's trying to kick off a successful Plopsy business because, as you can see, let me just put the walls up here. She loves to knit and crochet and embroider. I know we don't have crocheting, but we do have knitting and embroidery. So I was thinking that she really, really loves those kinds of crafts, and she wants to have this Plopsy business be her main source of income. That way she can be at home with Hope more while she's still very young. And Hope, I don't know why, I just really love her. It's something about her style and her attitude. Like she takes no, that's what I'm trying to say. She takes no, and I just love her. She is a neat sim. She, of course, has hobbies, likes, dislikes, all that fun stuff that I give all of my Sims. But this is their little apartment. They've got their own bedrooms here. Their living space is very tiny but functional. It's all that matters. They have one full bathroom, and they do have a family computer separate from Raina's work computer. She wants to make sure that her work stays separate. Their kitchen and dining is pretty big, and then they have this little tiny laundry nook, which I thought was such a cute idea. But they're going to kind of see what the future holds for them. Raina's really hoping to get this business off the ground before Hope is like out of the house. But we will kind of see what happens with these two sisters as they continue. This is the very last family I want to show you guys, and I'm laughing because I'm thinking about Ocean Sims. When she went into this, she reviewed my save file because she's a sweet baby angel. And she was like cracking up laughing at this family because there's just so many of them in one single space. So this is a family of 8, just letting you all know. And it's a very, very tiny apartment. We've got mom and dad over here. We have Douglas and his wife, Donna, I almost forgot her name, and they're in the living space right now. They've got one bathroom, like one full bathroom for all of them. There's a little half bath here. Their kitchen and dining does not fit their family size at all. We also have mom and dad's room over here, and then let's open up the family tree here real quick. They have 6 children. So the oldest are Nathan, Ava, and Quinn, and then they have 3 children. Like they've got 3 teens and 3 children. They have Connie, they have Eric, and then they have Reed. Now, since there's so many of them, they're all sharing rooms with at least one person. They're all in bunk beds, which I think is just, it's not ideal for teenagers. But we do have Quinn and her sister Connie sharing a room over here. I think we have, who are you, buddy? That's Eric. So Eric has the bottom bunk here, and he shares with his older sister Ava. I just feel like they get along really well. They're into a lot of the same stuff. And then we have Reed over here. He shares the room with Nathan. So it's very cramped. As you can see, they have a lot of just like stuff. The kids' rooms are a little bit messy. They're all different color schemes, which I thought was so cute. But thankfully, mom and dad have a decent sized room to just get away from all the kids. I don't know how they do it with so many kids in a small space. But the reason for this is because both mom and dad are starting out in new careers. So jeez, dad here is just starting off as a salary person. He's a pencil pusher at the moment. He does make 15 simoleons per hour, which isn't bad. And Donna, his wife, is a substitute teacher. She wants to be a teacher. She wants to get into like administration and higher ed, like that kind of thing. She's not currently in university, but maybe she can just work her way up. Maybe she could take classes. I have no idea. And then here are some of the kids. They're a little bit grumpy. Some are a little bit happy. I don't know. But Quinn, I just have this sense about Quinn. She is, I don't know, she's very high maintenance. I think that's kind of what I was going for. She's jealous and dastardly, but I feel like she would develop the high maintenance trait because she's already showing so many tendencies. I feel like she is the queen bee in this household, and she makes life a little bit more stressful. I'm not going to say miserable, but she makes it stressful. And that was a goal I had for this apartment. Again, if I can link it, I will, but I wanted to make a smaller, I put that in air quotes, apartment for a family of 8, and I finally freaking did it. I'm very proud of myself. Well, everyone, that is my overview of San Myshuno. As I said earlier, for the next version, there will hopefully be some more community lots going on here, whether they are renovations or brand new lots, I'm not sure. I've got some penthouses to work on. Woof, I've got my work cut out for me in San Myshuno, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you are playing in my save, if you've been enjoying it, and give me any ideas that you have for some of these areas in San Myshuno, because sometimes I'm running dry. Like, I got great ideas for San Myshuno Meadows. But other than that, I might just be doing renovations. So give me some more ideas, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say, and I'll catch you next time I post a world overview of my save. Bye.